Today we will discuss about the development of male gametophyte. Right. So we know about microsporogenesis. That means microspores which are produced from anther. Anther consisting of microsporangia. In microsporangia, sporogenous tissue is there, and it undergoes meiosis and it forms pollen grain. Pollen grain is the first step of gametophytic stage, and it is haploid in condition. And pollen grain, it is covered with XII and intine, and inside you can see some, plasma membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus, haploid nucleus. Now this pollen grain, it undergoes mitosis, mitotic division, and it forms two cells, and one is larger cell and another one is a smaller cell. Larger cell is known as a vegetative cell and smaller one is known as a generative cell. Vegetative cell, it is having so many food materials, and nucleus is irregular in shape, whereas generative cell is the small cell and it is spindle in shape. Okay. So this is two-celled stage of pollen grain, and sometimes this generative cell, it is detached from the wall of pollen grain and it floats in the cytoplasm of vegetative cell also. So it looks like this. So this is generative cell which is spindle shaped, and this is the cytoplasm of vegetative cell. In the cytoplasm of vegetative cell, generative cell is floating. It looks like this. So this is two-celled stage. 60% of the families, 60% of the plants, they release pollen grains in two-celled stage only. Okay. Whenever pollen grains they release it from the anther, they are having these two cells, vegetative cell and generative cell. And remaining species, they release pollen grain in three-celled stage. That means here what happens, generative cell undergoes again one mitotic division and it forms two male gametes. See here two male gametes. So totally here three cells are there, 1, 2, 3. So this is called as a three-celled stage. So remaining 40% plant species, they release pollen grain in three-celled stage, right. So this is the development of male gametophyte. So whenever they are released from the anther, they have to reach to the stigma. Like certain period of time is there for the viability of the pollen grain. Grasses and some rice plants, the pollen viability is 30 minutes only, but in the case of some families like Gametophyte, Rosaceae and Solanaceae, that viability time is up to few months also. So anyhow, this is the development of male gametophyte, and the next step is pollination and fertilization. So we will discuss more about all those things in the coming classes. Thank you.